Hello, this is Duntov. So today, as you can see, I'm at the Tropicana site. So it is Wednesday, March 5th, 2025. So I'm at the Excalibur right now. I wanted to get a view of the front tower area. So this is like right on the, where the walkway for the bridge that used to go over to the Tropicana site. So that's all closed off, but we could get a kind of a better view from up here to see this area. So the problem is there is this big pillar in the way, so I lean over as much as I can, but there's a lot of excavators doing stuff here, so we're gonna zoom in and check it out. You can see this one's got some big chunk of something right now. Alright, so it looks like he just dumps it there, and then you can see how they have the excavator with the jackhammer there. It's gonna break it up. Alright, so if we look behind them, if you remember, this area was like, kind of looked like it would have been like a basement where they had the concrete walls that were up on this side here, and we could see that they're all gone right now. I think there's just one. You can see like some of it right here still. You can see right there, there's still some, but that used to go all the way around that front area there, so they're breaking up a lot of stuff. So it's moving along pretty good. And then if we look in the back, there's a lot of excavators working back this way also. That's where the back tower used to be, back where these excavators are. Or there's some in the middle. So these might be where, I don't know if this could have been that underground tunnel, because there are some of them working like in between here. They're to the final stages now. It's going pretty quick. They got like all of them working on it just to get that final chunks of concrete out of the ground there. And then if we swing to the pan to the right, they got a lot of these trucks have been pulling in, and I think they're just dropping more dirt. So this area, I mean, you can't go too much farther because of the wall, but that would be considered the southwest corner. That's the corner that has the one Tropicana billboard still there on Reno, and that's the one on Reno and Las Vegas Boulevard. So let me move down a little. I think we can see what they're doing. You can see them just pulling up on the side, and they're dropping a lot of dirt down this way. right, so you can see the church there. That church, that's the one on Reno. And then we have the offices back in the corner there. So they're doing some more stuff with you can see the piles of dirt even on that side. So from what I was told in the past was they're piling up all the dirt on this corner, and then once they're ready to start leveling out the site, you know, then they'll just start spreading it around there. And then kind of where this trailer is, if you remember, right along the wall there, somewhere along the road here, that's where we used to have one of the Tropicana marquees. So when I was out here last week, I noticed that both of them were down. That's where that one would have been on this side. See the dump truck still dumping a lot of the broken up concrete. So like all this concrete that they're moving, breaking up with these jackhammers and stuff, that will still have the rebar inside. So they still have to go through that stuff in the middle there, where they use that one excavator with that, I think it's a pulverizer at the end, where they squeeze the concrete and then it'll make a lot of the rebar fall out. So there's a lot going on over here. All right, if you haven't heard, I received a notice the other day. So, you know, I know there are still people doubting if they're gonna actually build the A's baseball stadium here. Just so you know, I received the email and I signed up. So they're having the A's are letting you sign up this Friday 9 a.m. Pacific time to get on the list to about season tickets. So right now it's saying if you are a current season ticket holder or a season ticket holder with the Las Vegas Aviators and like Clark County resident, you will get priority access once they start releasing season tickets for the new stadium. So basically you just log in. So all I did right now to get some of the information, just Google Las Vegas Athletics tickets, and then it popped up. There's a link, and you could get on the interest list. So it's going to be $19.01 to get on the list. So that's cheaper than the Raiders. When I signed up for the Raiders interest list, it was $100. So $19.01. And they said, you know, basically they're charging that. That's the year that the athletics team started. So you just put that down, and then once you get called to pick out tickets, if you want to buy them, you can. If not, you know, you should be able to get your $19.01 back. So if you're interested in season tickets, you know, I don't know how much they're going to be. They didn't say, but they said they're going to have VIP sections. They're going to have family-friendly sections. So it sounded like they're going to have, you know, pretty much a whole, you know, you'll get your pick of how much you want to spend. I know 81 home games, it's still hard. I've already been seeing online where some people are trying to set up like groups so they could split the tickets. So, but that's out there. Friday morning the list is going to open, so you know, sign yourself up and get yourself on the list at least. It doesn't mean you have to buy anything, but if you want to buy them, you got to get on the list. I know with the Raiders tickets, people were on the list. There were so many people that ended up signing up that, you know, they never even got called because the place, you know, all the season tickets were sold out before they even had a chance. And I heard there's a long waiting list even now, people waiting to try to get season tickets. So I'm at least gonna sign up to get on the list, and you know, time comes, if I get called, then that's when I decide if I'm gonna buy them or not. Alright, if I think of it, if I remember, I will put I'll try to find a link and I'll put it in the description so you can check it out. Alright, I'm gonna make my way over to the Oyo, because from here, let me see if I can zoom in. I see a lot of the blacktop pavement that they have piled up on the other side of the property. You can see it all there, so they're ripping up everything. So I'm curious if the famous shade tree, the summer break tree, if it's still there or not. So we're gonna check it out and see. Oh yeah, it looks like everything's working today. If you remember, oh, that's that pulverizer thing I was talking about. It looks kind of like a dinosaur. That's the one that squeezes the concrete. Now we're not gonna see it. All right, from here you got that Dodge Ram pickup behind them. Looks kind of close, but I don't think it is. Alright, we got these other ones. But if you remember the one excavator, right when I was leaving, I heard this loud pop. And then basically you could see this, what do they call that? Like cylinder? I don't even know what it's called, but it's like it popped out. Like the whole shaft came out of it, and the end of it kind of, that's where it was leaking that hydraulic fluid, if you saw the end of my last week's video. But it looks like it's all working now. Alright, so I'm gonna walk back to the car, and then I'll go over to the Oyo and we'll check out that side. Alright, I made my way to the Oyo. So we can see the big pile here. This is all the crushed concrete. So it is about, if you notice now, most of the excavators are not running. It is their lunch break. It is 12:12 right now, so alright, let me zoom in here. We can see though the rock crusher, it's still going. You can see the rocks, the crushed rocks coming off the end of the conveyor there. Whew. I just walked up all the steps to get to the top here. I'm really out of shape. Time to get rid of this Europe weight and holiday weight. I'm gonna start working on that. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Alright, so this is, let me zoom in here. Trying to get my bearings. It should be, you can see the red roof, the lower one's right there, the two. I was kind of like behind that. One of those, and then I could look over, and that's where I'm able to see the, you know, over the wall there and see this area. So what I was looking at was, they look like they were closer to the road than they are now. So those are the ones right there that were, you know, one was the jackhammer So it's moving really fast. But looks like everyone's about on break right now. Not much going on. And then down that way in the corner you could see the big trucks, and they're the ones dumping the dirt. Or maybe they're not dumping, maybe they're, sorry for the shake, they might be actually loading the trucks. That might be what this yellow excavator is doing over here. I think they might be pulling in there and then they're getting loaded up. Can't tell if there's a truck behind that pile. I think there are, because if we look, it looks like all them trucks are lining up and just waiting to get filled up next. So that dirt must be getting taken off site right now. All right, well, we're looking this way. If I just pan down a little bit, look, it's still up. Maybe someone has plans for this little tree, because it's gonna start budding leaves pretty soon. I'll zoom in. I can't tell, at least on the viewfinder, if it's started yet. It looks like there might be some green coming out, so the tree's coming back. Winter's about over here, but the little famous tree is still there. When I was first walking up, I'm going to show you what I thought was the tree. You can see right there, it's like some major rebar or something coming out of the concrete there. So that would have been tower, you know, at tower 2, but when I first walked up, that's the first thing I noticed was that, and I'm like, oh, that poor tree been hacked. But you can see that's not it. So the tree's totally surrounded. They got all these little islands of blacktop. So we'll keep an eye on to see how much longer it's gonna be. Alright, yeah, so let me swing over to the left here. We can see another one of them trucks is coming in, and then there's one leaving right now also. So they are loading up dirt. They're taking stuff out of here. And it's interesting how they're doing all this blacktop. So we can see over here, this will be the southeast corner. See how it's all piled up, and then they have by the exit, the truck exit over there. And then if we look by the offices, you can see how they got their vehicles parked there, but then they have all the blacktop, you know, loaded or pushed into piles. So it's coming pretty quick. Like they're getting all the ground cover off of all this site. Alright, so I was just looking at this billboard over here. I want you guys to check it out. So it is March 5th, and if we look here, this is like the last of the comedy acts that were here. We got March 25th and 27th through 27th, and then March 28th through 31st, and 30th through the 31st. So it's been almost a year since this place was shut down. It was April, was it like April 5th or 6th, somewhere around there. So we're at 11 months now, and this is what's left of the Tropicana, which is pretty amazing because you think about it, the implosion was October 9th, so they accomplished a lot getting all this tore up and ready to go. So hopefully within a couple months or so, we should be, you know, getting some groundbreaking on the new stadium. I haven't heard much lately though on the Bally's, the little resort they're going to build here, the towers, you know, hotel towers, and what's it called? Hotel towers, and then the casino and stuff like that. So, you know, as I hear something, I'll keep you guys posted. But the big news right now is if you want to sign up to get on the list for the season tickets. You know, basically the way it worked at the Allegiant Stadium, you know, once they contact you, we actually went, they had a sales office. It was down at Town Square. That's a mall down the road past the Welcome to Las Vegas sign there. But they had a sales office set up, and you went in and they brought you in the, you know, your sales rep brought you into the office, and it was all virtual. You would get to see the sections available, and then, you know, they tell you the prices. So they did have PSLs for the Raiders, so it was a personal seat license you had to buy. So that license is good for 30 years. I haven't heard any details about how they're going to do it with the A's Stadium, but I think that's the new norm. You know, they use the seat license money towards paying for their stadium, so I'm assuming that's going to be the same. So, alright, if you're not subscribed, I'd appreciate if you'd like to see updates on this finished demolition as well as the new build of the stadium. And then I'm also showing the Mirage transformation to the Hard Rock. So I'd appreciate it if you give me a follow at Raiders1967. And then if you could also hit that like button if there's anything in the video you liked. Give me that thumbs up. Just helps the channel out by getting likes and follows. So, alright, I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and I will talk with you guys next time.